Hello everyone, we are Team Tpcfc and our project is face recognition system. My name is Huang Hailin and my mentor number is 235141. I'm team leader, also is the project architect. The first one is project stakeholders. This four is our stakeholders. The first one is Nada Yusuf, is our CEO, also is the sponsor, and the first one is Huang Hailin, is me, and it's a team leader, and Yao Yangjie and Wang Lo is our team member. Next one is project description. For the background, when the society progress, technology improved, so we need to use the new version to transform the old version, such as the old key and the normal password need to change. And nowadays, the face recognition is the most security one for the normal people. And the challenges, every member of the team should have the enough knowledge of the security in our own role, and the price of the hardware and software are expensive. Opportunities, face recognition security door can be used face information to unlock door. It's more secure for the old version, the old key. And next is the face recognition payment, can create a payment account with face information. When you want to buy something and use the online payment, no need to use the password, only need to scan the face from the camera. And next, overview of the impact. The first one can have a new market like the face recognition security door, and using the face recognition to replace the old version password or the key. And for the customer can have more choice to use the old version like the password or key, or use the face recognition version, and customer can enjoy the more security one. And for the financial, can increase sales, like to sell more the security doors, so it's higher cost due to more hardware. So for the social, it's more job opportunities. And next one is MOV, and our system will provide 20% return on investment and 1,000 new customers within the first year, and will provide 80% return on investment and 3,000 new customers within the second year. For second year, we will provide 130% return on investment and 6,000 new customers. And next, project scope. The project scope of the proposed project. The people who will be included is all management people and project management team members. And the scope of the project is a 50 ringgit more to old version for one set, and 5,000 ringgit for hardware server software domain. The duration is project just for 1 year. And outside the scope of the proposed project should be considered is let more people to know about our project. So next one is project surgery summary. So the first one, Tpcfc was started on February 14, 2019, and the project end date, we will evaluate our project on February 14, 2020, and our mid date is 11 March, and the proposal is view about business case value is DKG 18, and the invitation is Noala YouTube, and attendees is me and Wang Lo and Yao Yangjie, and all parties were attendance. And the timelines, the week 1 is 5 group members and project description, and week 2 is team charter, And week 3 and week 4 is requirement gathering and researching and in defining objectives. And week 5 is proposing the proposal, and week 6 is seeking the approvals. And week 7, week 8 is business case. Week 9 is evaluation business case. Week 10, week 11 is project charter, and week 12 is project implementation. Week 13 is purchase item. Week 14 is fresh configuration. And project budget summaries. The total project budget is from the hardware, camera, and computer. And the server is we use iCloud, and software is using the Python, and domain name is the tpcfc.com, and total link is this. And project broke down by parts. Hardware price for one high-speed computer within cost 4,000 ringgit and 15 ringgit for each one product for one SIG camera. And server written iCloud server cost 2,000 ringgit for 1 year, and software cost 1,000 ringgit for Python, and domain name register domain name which cost 50 ringgit.
Okay, I will continue my part. My part is quality issues. Hello, my name is Yao Yang Jian, and my metric number is 243147. I'm a hardware engineer from Tpcfc. Quality issues. Specific quality requirements. Obviously, the performance of the face recognition system will be affected by the quality of the input face image. The light, gesture, expressions, resolution. This problem is more serious in applying the face recognition system to the actual sense, because the actual sense is often unconstrained, and the captured capital are also not coordinated. Also, many face recognition systems have some interference ability. Research still believes that face recognition system can show better performance on high-quality face images. Then we're talking about assumption and risks. Assumption and risks. Assumption used to develop estimates for each identified risk. Record the probability of the risk event coming true and the impact to the estimate. If the risk event comes true, now calculate a contribution from each risk to an overall risk buffer by multiplying the probability by the impact. For example, this table, we have 3 risks. The first is camera damage. The camera may be damaged due to expert force and cannot work properly. And we think the probability will be 1%, and it will make impact 8 hours. So we can calculate the contribution is 0.08 hour. And the second risk will be the processor downtime. Excessive process load or external temperature make system stop, and it probably will be 1%, and the impact will have 2 hours. So we can calculate the contribution is 0.02 hour. And the next is network failure between device and server make a system stop, and the probability is 1%. It make impact 12 hours, and the contribution will be 0.12 hour. And now we can calculate the project risk buffer. We need 0.22 hours to make the system buffer. Next is about key risk, probability of occurrence and impact. Any technology that is used on a large scanner inspections of site must pass through the information network, and the alien technology must be converted into a computer identified binary code of 0, 1 through the information network. Binary computer code for face conversion can be copied and completely stolen. So in the current situation in the world, there are significant potential risks of data leakage and theft. Moreover, even more fighting is because biology technology is unique, non-renewable, or re-established-able. Once it is leaked or lost, it is permanently leaked. Next is constraints. From an industrial and technology perspective, we can't prohibit companies from conducting relevant R&D and application attempts. However, the relevant authorities must have a clear awareness of the risks in public service areas such as railway stations. Face recognition cannot be enforced, and these technologies cannot be used as the basis for legal identification. Interpreters can be allowed to serve as an accessory entrance case basis, but the user must be informed of processing risks and provide alternatives, not directly or indirectly implied forcing user to use. Dependencies on other projects or area within or outside the organization. This is relative to the application's canary. For example, ATM machine brush face withdraw. The user will cooperate with himself, and the face will be recognized by an ideal angle. In non-comparative applications scenario, such as face recognition, under surveillance video, and tracking identity information or ego query mails, the situation is much more difficult. In this case, the user face may have problems, such as large angel ocean and uncontrollable light. Assessment project impacts on the organization. The first is the culture and the styles. Organization culture is designed and developed by the common experience of members of the organization, and most organizations have formed unique cultures over time by common usage and practice. The experience include risk tolerance, operating environments, motivation and reward system, code of conduct, work hours, and work ethic, regulations, police method, and producers, view of leadership, hierarchy, and authority relationship. The culture of an organization is an enterprise environmental factor. Cultures and styles and studied and followed and may have a high impact on a project ability to meet its goal. Therefore, a project manager should know the different organization style and culture and can affect a project. He also needs to know which person in the organization is a decision maker or influence, and work with them to increase the possibility of project success.
Alright, I will continue my part. And my name is Wang Luo. My magic number is 251230, and I'm the software engineer from the Tpcfc. The first, my part is the resource required. For the resource required, the first one is the people resources, and also the employees. The success of an organization is heavily reliant on the talent and strengths of the employees. The hiring of experienced professionals with track records of excellence within their area of expertise ensures that the mission and goals of the company will carried out efficiently and with competence. Strong team members can be recruited using a variety of methods. We divided the position. The first one is the project architect, is also named the leader. His name Huang Hailin. And the first employee is the hardware engineer Yao Yangjian, and another one employee is the software engineer Wang Luo. Our technology resources have the hardware and the software. For the hardware, we have the camera. For the server, we have RD Cloud, and the software, we have the Python and TensorFlow. For the resources provider, for our hardware, the resource is the camera, the provider is the Canon, and the software, the resource is the Python and the TensorFlow, and the provider is the Google company. For our server, it's the RD Cloud, and the provider is the Alibaba company. And for our domain name, tpcfc.com, and the provider is the Baidu company. The project administration. For the first one is the change management plan. Change management plan is an important part of any project. Changes must be invented and managed to ensure that they are within the scope of the project and are communicated to all stakeholders if they are approved. The process of submitting, reviewing, and approving changes must also be communicated to all stakeholders in order to properly set expectations. If changes are allowed to be submitted or are implemented in an unorganized way, and the project is sure to fail. All projects must include a change management plan as part of the overall project plan. The change control process. The first step is identify the need of the change. It's also the stakeholders. The second one is log change in the change request register. It's also for the project manager. And the third one is evaluate the change for the project manager, team requester. And the fourth one is submit change request to leader. And the fifth one is obtain decision on change request. And the sixth one is implement change. It's for project manager. For communication plan, the communication plan, in order to achieve communications objectives, we need to plan and time our steps for the best results. Based on the research and resources, develop a solid timing strategy to execute the steps of your communication plan. For our communication schedule, we divide 13 tasks. The first task is to find group member, with duration 5 days. The second one is project description, with durate 2 days. For third one, team chapter for 7 days, and finally finalizing configuration is on the week 14. Is also divided 7 days. For our change management plan, the communication events, we have 3 big events. The first one is the project team meeting, with duration, the frequency is the weekly. It means every week. And the second one is the project board meeting. With durate is it's in the end of the project. And the third one is the phases review meeting. We also durate the end of each major phases. For our scope management plan, the scope planning process is the very first thing you do to managing your scope. Project scope planning is concerned with the definition of all the work needed to successfully meet the project objectives. The whole idea here is that when you start the project, you need to have a clear picture of all the work that needs to happen on your project. And as the project process, you need to keep that scope up to the date and written down in the project scope management plan. The project scope statement will need the following components. Product scope description. The project who be included in the scope of the project are consists of a large number of Malaysia people and the project manager team member. The scope budget is at 15 ringgit camera, more to the older version for asset, and 5,000 ringgit for hardware, server, software, domain name. The duration of the budget just for 1 year. For our quality management plan, the first point is to improve the quality of your hardware and purchase better equipment at a controlled cost. Improve the quality of our capture photos. The second one is try to arrange more research funding and discussion sessions on the software to allow algorithmic engineers to improve the computing power of the software. And the third one is implementing a well-designed quality program and continually improving all aspects of the process as the project progresses. The fourth one is establish a quality partnering chapter committed to team values of honesty, quality, pride, professionalism, and integrity, and listen to successfully achieve the quality goals. The fifth one is demonstrating our commitment to quality throughout the design and construction of the project. The sixth one is reduce the risks on schedule, environment, quality, and safety. The seventh one is basing decisions on factual information gathered in a manner that is open to inspection to prevent undue influence of a personal task with the meeting schedule and budget goals, potentially at the expense of the quality. And the final one is empowering quality personnel through the support from upper management and from clear defining and communication of quality rules. For our human resource, we have three main positions in our organization. The project manager, we also call it PM. This position only have one role. The project manager is responsible for the overall success of the software upgrade projects. The PM will be responsible for reporting project status in accordance with the communication management plan. The design engineer, we also call it DE. They have two positions in our organization. The one is a hardware engineer, and another one is a software engineer. They responsible for gathering coding requirements for the software upgrade projects and install hardware. The DEs are responsible for all upgrade design, coding, and testing of the upgrade software. The DEs will be responsible for timely status reporting to the PM are required by communication management plan. The DEs may not authorize any project expenditures nor allocate any resources without PM approval. DEs must be proficient in programming HTML, Python, and Java programming languages. The final is the implementation and project closure plan. The first one is the first step is arrange a post-mortem. Managing a project isn't only about tasks and resources, budget and deadlines. It's an experience you can constantly learn from. Gather the core team to invite feedback about what worked and what didn't. Encourage honesty. The second step is complete paperwork. The project generates ream of the documents. These documents are going to have to get sign off and approval from stakeholders. Everything needs attention and must be signed for, which is a legal proof that in fact these documents have concluded. That includes close or constructs you might have made with the internal partners or vendors or any other resources you constructed with. The third step is release resources. We assemble a team for the project and now we must cut them loose. It's a formal process and a crucial one, which frees them for the next project. Each team is brought together for the mix of the skills and experience they bring to a project. The project determines the team member we will want to work with, and each project is going to be a little bit different, which will be reflected in the team hired to execute it. The fourth step is to archive the documents. There are lessons to be learned from the old projects, which is why we meet with team member regularly during the project and look back on the process afterwards. However, if we don't have an archive in which to pull the old records, then whatever knowledge we gain is lost because of the poor organization and management. We worked hard to have great project documentation. Don't lose it. The final step is to celebrate success. There's nothing silly about rewarding your team to acknowledge a job well done. It creates closure, which is what this part of the project is all about, but it also plants a seed that will bloom in later projects when you work with members of the old team. That's because when you note a job well done, you are building morale. It makes team member feel better. You might have been a hard task master in the project, but you give them their due for a job well done. That creates loyalty, and they are going to work even harder for you the next time, and there will be a next time, because a happy team is a team that you retain. That's all. Thank you.